Hello everyone, welcome to Fource Tutorials. This is your friend Ganesh. The topic that we'll be looking at today is Textbox Control in ASP.NET. So what is a Textbox Control? A Textbox Control is used to get the input from the user of the web application. In HTML, you might have used something like input type is equal to text. That is what exactly the same is in ASP.NET, which we call it as a text box control. Now these text box controls comes up with some properties like ID, mode, rows, columns, max length, tooltip, read only, height, width. There are many more properties as well, but I will be just focusing on few of the important ones. So let's get into it. So to get a text box control, okay, so just make a note over here. There are various tabs like standard, data, validation. Okay, there you go. Your HTML, under this particular division you will find all your basic HTML tags, but we are not using basic HTML tags. We will be going with standard tags which will be useful for your ASP.NET. So from here I will be just double clicking on this, or you can simply drag and drop. Okay, so there you go. I can see it in my design view how this text box looks. Okay, so there you go. The first property that we'll look into is the ID property. So ID is actually the identifier that you give to your text box. Make sure that you are giving a proper name so that it is useful for you and you do not have problems remembering those names. Okay, so in case if you are giving it as textbox1, textbox2, it becomes a lot of a ruckus when there is n number of web controls. So I give it as name underscore txt. Now if I look into my properties, there is something called as text mode. Okay, so initially it is a single line text box. I can have it as password. Now what happens when I have it as password? You go, now if I type something out here, okay, it won't be visible. If in case I have this as a single line one, see, it is visible whatever I type. So it acts like an text box. At the same time it can act like a password also, depending upon your text mode. I can also use it as a text area if I want to. That is text mode as MultiLine. So there you go, you can see a text area. Okay, now if I want the user to enter only say 5 rows of data, that is 5 lines, so I will specify rows is equal to 5, and there you go. Okay, so this way you can set your number of rows for your text area. As of now, let's get back to a normal single line text. Then there is a tooltip. Say enter. A tooltip is something when you move your cursor above your text control, there will be a message that is coming up, which is nothing but your tooltip. So there you go, you can see enter name, the tooltip that I had mentioned out there. So whenever I am hovering around my web control, that is Textbox Control, I get this name as enter name. So mode we have done, rows and columns, tooltip also done. The next one we can look into is max length. Now max length will be to restrict your user from entering the number of characters that they can enter. So in case I want them to enter not more than 3 characters, so I can just put it as max length as 3, and I see over here, so I cannot put in more characters than 3 characters. So this is how max length works. Tooltip we have already done. Next is read only. So whenever you want that your text should not be altered, okay, or changed, you can set it as read only. In this case we need to have some text that is there before itself, so you need to set a particular text. So I can say text as hello, welcome, and I say read only is equal to true. So there you go, welcome, and I cannot do any changes out here. Okay, no changes is possible. I am pressing backspace, delete, nothing happens. Okay, so this is what read only does. The height and the width of your text box can be set. Again, width you can find it out here. So I can say 10. And you can see, okay, so I just get back to normal. Similarly, I can also set the height property. Okay, I hope this video was useful for you. If you like the video, please press the like button. If you have not subscribed yet, subscribe. Also hit the bell icon to get instant notifications. Thank you. Have a great day.